3, 2.
Please tell me you're not recording. Yeah.
It's a wonderful intro anyway.
No.
Hello everybody, Jomer's back in the light. And we are back with another episode. We are the Geeks and Degenerates, and we'll be focusing on some biopics this week.
Yeah.
Musical, kind of musical biopics.
Well, I'll say. Oh my god, I'm ready. There you go. But like, yeah. I would say this one's more of a musical than a biopic.
Yeah. And this came out last year. We didn't really get to cover this, which is unfortunate because this is a really good movie, and this is one of Andrew Garfield's best performances.
I would agree.
Yeah. And this is directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton and In the Heights. So
And he's here too as like a chef, as a cameo.
Yeah.
Does it?
And this is a story about Jonathan Larson and his struggle to get his first musical up. I think it's first, yeah, his first musical up and running. To be like, please, yeah, I swear it's good. Showcasing like I have what it takes to be, a Broadway director. I don't know what we're not Broadway experts, by the way, so don't scream at us. But yeah, it's him struggling.
I can relate on that when it came to like, because he is an artist, and like trying to produce something and you think it's great, and to everybody else it's very like, oh, that's nice, good job, and you're like, and sometimes you would expect a standing ovation, but like at some points you're like, oh, okay, but of course I'll tell you to keep at it, just keep going at it, we'll get there eventually. But it is hard.
Yeah.
Like at some scenes, but we'll talk about that once we get there.
Yeah, and the storytelling wise, this takes place in the past because Jonathan's already narrating his story from Tick Tick Boom, which is the name of the movie and the name of the play. And then the first number happens, and you just see his chaotic life of trying to balance writing and being a waiter and all that jazz. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, this is pretty good. Is that Vanessa Hudgens?
Yeah, like, no big interest to Vanessa Hudgens. Vanessa Hudgens was just a supporting character, but I was like, when she was on, she had a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, oh god. This was like such a happy film at the start. Like, okay, I will be honest with you. I am not the biggest fan of musicals. Just laying it out there. But I will say this shit was so fucking good. Like, seeing the character of what's his name again?
Jonathan Larson.
Jonathan Larson, and like, you could tell that this character was pretty much the Elon Musk of musicals. His mind is just, it keeps on giving song after song about anything on the, like, about cell phone, a lamp, or, well, they didn't have cell phones back then. His apartment, his computer, his relationship with his gay friend, his relationship with his girlfriend, his relationship with his crowd. You could tell that his mind does not stop writing music, and like, now you could see like how rappers can do freestyle. It's kind of like the same process, I guess. And I don't know, that was such an interesting take. But yeah, it does go down this very the artsy side of theater. That I'm like, for me, I was like, okay, not really my cup of tea, but it's such an interesting dive into it. At the end of the day, I was like very like, oh, okay, like I didn't know this is what it was like, and but still at the same time, it's still not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not discouraging anybody from watching this movie. If you're not a theater fan or play fan, please watch this fucking movie. So
yeah, and it's interesting because this is the guy who made Rent down the line. But
Never watched it. Sorry.
yeah, I saw the movie version. Sorry, again, we're not the biggest, theater fans, but we like a good movie. Uh,
Yeah.
and like you see the struggles of him. Like I got so many rejection letters from Broadway, from movie studios, because admitting his place, like
To small producers.
Yeah.
How hard is that? The fact that like even the small time businesses that are trying to make it big won't even accept you. I was like,
yeah,
damn, yeah, that I can relate to that.
because from the movie you're like, what is your play about? Space, people just looking at the screens while admiring the rich folk, huh?
Yeah, I would say it's like Black Mirror, the musical.
Yeah, it's like
That's what it kind of sounded like, but with a very nice soundtrack.
yeah, it's like that meme from Back to the Future. It's like I guess it's too soon for you guys, but your kids will like it, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
and like, oh god, it was such a hard first half. Because like the first half was so nice, it's so preppy. Like it was like they had the party at his house, and then suddenly he just ad libs this song right on the spot. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that was or just that was just Hollywood. But like
Yeah.
that scene was great.
yeah, and apparently Andrew Garfield had to learn how to sing. Because at first, Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, "You know how to sing, right?" He's like, "Of course I do." And he had to learn how to sing, and my God, he does such an amazing role singing his songs. Like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
when I saw the trailer, I'm like, he can sing? What was this
It's
thing?
here. I was like, when did Andrew Garfield learn how to sing? I never seen him sing.
Yeah.
And yeah, there you go. It just shows, hey, if you get a vocal coach, you can do anything.
Yeah. A
Sorry,
good one.
sing
Too.
anything. Yeah.
I do like the number of him bitching about why do these people come for brunch on Sunday when they can just stay at home.
Yeah, and I hated this one guy. What was it? What was it? Like he was trying to say his name. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like
With a C.
yeah, with a C.
Do you
I was
want
like,
a
okay,
number?
how many? Yeah, how many people are you gonna have? C as in like cat. And I was like, yeah, how many people do you want? And I was like,
It's not
it's
rocket
not a
science. Yeah.
no, it's not math. It's not a math contest. I was like, motherfucker, just take a seat. You know that there are those like there's that one scene where he's like, hello, this is what was the name of the diner? Moon's Diner or something.
Yeah, something Moon Diner.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, can we have reservations? It's like, no, it's a
diner.
It's a diner. I was like,
Huh?
exactly, like, the
There's one
I'm-
old guy's like,
I'm-
can I have the check, please? And he's like, I'm gonna be here a while. Just
yeah,
asking for
I'm,
a fucking check.
well, that man, he's not doing anything wrong. He just
Yeah.
wants to go.
I just felt bad for him. Like, I get the feeling.
Yeah, and like, yeah, there's that one guy who's like, oh, well, why mine without my eggs sunny side up without the yolk or something?
Yeah.
That was like, that's why you're just a waiter. And I was like, man, he wasn't the one who cooked it.
Yeah.
Chill.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but it was a very fun, like, musical score. Like
Yeah.
everybody freezes, and
Uh,
I feel contemplating why, especially at the worst time too. Like his friend is dying. Not really dying. Yes, dying
from AIDS.
from AIDS, and this was 1990s. Yes, the AIDS pandemic was very big back then.
Yeah, and
It was hard for the gay community.
yeah, it's not fair they placed all the blame on them. It's like, it's come from them. Like, years down the road, like, nope, anyone can get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like somebody fucked the monkey or something. I don't know. What's the story?
Yeah, it's like, throughout history, we just learned that, should learn that viruses or pandemics don't spare anyone, whether they're rich, young, old, poor.
Gay, straight,
Yeah.
etc. They're like, yeah. It was like, and you know that the play that I keep forgetting his name.
Jonathan
Yeah, Jonathan. No, his last name.
Jonathan Larson.
Larson, right? Was pretty much a commentary on the world,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Including
like-
AIDS.
including AIDS. Yeah, like he would look at like a poster of like people saying no to gays and like and he would write it down and try his best to make a song out about it. And this entire journey is of for Jonathan Larson. I said his name right?
Yeah.
Alright. Is him trying to figure out this last song for his play.
Yeah, because the guy is the first guy to ever accept him. It's like, you need this song. Why haven't you written this down? We have like a week or 6 days.
Yeah.
And he took how many years? 80 years? And you're just like, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. For a guy who is pretty much the Elon Musk of writing music, he couldn't finish this play that it took him 8 years. Like he's so close, he just needs to finish just one song, and it was driving him mad. He was starting to push people away. Like there's like the slope of the movie. Like not the movie on itself. No, I mean like the character.
Yeah.
Like, starts to experience
The
friction. Yeah, the lows of his journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it also hurts too because he has a friend, a roommate that ultimately moves on because he got a better job opportunity in advertising. Because he's like, I'm not that good as an actor, so I might as well take a swing at the corporate side of life. And you see the stark difference where Michael has like a very nice apartment. He has something to park his car for him. He has central heating. And
he has a BMW. Like I want a BMW.
And then you go back to Jonathan Larson's apartment. There's holes in the ground. You have to take a bath where your roommate's having breakfast.
Yeah.
Your CR is just a fucking closet trick. That's not comfortable.
It ain't. And at the same time, his girlfriend pretty much got a job offer somewhere far. I forgot where. But it's far from New York. Huh?
Berkeley's, I think.
Berkeley's? Isn't that a school?
Oh no, never mind then.
Yeah, I remember it was like Birch something. It's like something named after a tree or something.
Yeah.
But she got a job offer very far away from where John is working.
Yeah.
I would say a little unfair on John's end. Because if that was what you're waiting for, you could have talked it through a little bit better than just like, I expected you to say that you wanted me to stay. And I'm like, I feel like you could have communicated that way better, but if that's the story, I guess you're really sticking to it.
That song, I can't relate to relationships, but like that song, I feel like emphasizes a lot of what people are going through when they're like, this is not working out for us.
Yeah, like the fake smiles. Yeah. You getting mad because I was getting mad because you were getting mad, or like you're sad because you're sad, and it goes on and goes on.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very chaotic. I would say it was depicting the the situation so well.
Yeah.
Like such a happy tune, that like without listening to the lyrics, you would think that it's a happy song. It ain't.
Yeah.
Like you could see Vanessa Hudgens and like Andrew Garfield, they're tearing up as they're saying the song. You're like, oh, they're smiling through their teeth.
Yeah.
They're actually in deep shit, and I'm like, this is actually really cool. Not a fan of the song, I will admit. Sorry, but it does tell the story really well.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the performance by Garfield and Vanessa Hudgens. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since High School Musical, and you're really killing it right now. For such a small part.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since Sucker Punch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Zack Snyder.
Oh. And he did kind of get encouragement because when he was writing his play, the first person to give him compliments was Stephen Sondheim, who's this legendary Broadway person who did West Side Story. And like, I like the one critic's like, I don't get what it means. What do your songs mean? And he's like, actually, I do get what it means. I see the purpose. And the guy's like, fuck you left. I'm kidding. But he's like, yeah, I agree.
You bitch.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah. I do like the first song that he sings, Jonathan Larson. Again, did I say his name right?
Yeah.
The 3090 song, where you would think that your childhood's gone, or like to him, like turning 30 is like the end of the world. And I was like, I feel the same way. Like him comparing himself to other artists, him comparing himself like, oh, when this director so and so, who's the one who gave him his like first compliment. He got his big like deal when he was 25, and I'm 30 and I still have nothing. I was like, I relate to that so much. Where you would think that like somebody younger than me is already succeeding while it's taking more time for me. And I like the commentary that he had with his friends. Like, you're not him. It takes for you. It'll take more time. And I was like, because you are not him. And I'm like, okay, movie, fine. Hit me in the feels. Why don't you?
I also like the first times. Like, you know what? I think I'll give corporate a try. And then sits down with the advertising people, and it's just like, what's the first thing you think of when I say America? And in his mind, it's like genocide, empire, racism. I'm like
Vietnam.
And Vietnam. I'm like, you're not wrong, but
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, you're in advertising. You can't say that.
Yeah. And like you can see like as it goes on and on, he starts to spit out ideas that they're starting to like whoa, like why would you think how could you think of like that?
Driving down the road and during sunset, sunrise with the car roof off, like alright.
Yeah. And like bit by bit, they're like, okay, here's the product we're actually advertising. And he was like, that's horrible.
Yeah, it goes only a few hospitalizations, and he's like, well, first he was like, I think I could get used to this life. Holy shit.
Yeah. He was actually considering it, and then when he saw the product that was supposed to be sold with his advertisement ideas, he was like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah, the music starts being like the only thing I can think of, like Doki Doki, like, oh, the music's going crazy a bit.
Yeah. He has this powerful scene with his friend who was so scared for his own life, where he would like antagonize his gay friend for having the BMW, for having the nice apartment, for having the valet take his car for him instead of parking it himself. Where he like why can't he have that? This man is hated by his country or even the government for being who he is, and he's scared to death that he might not even make it. Like, cause there is this disease that's affecting his community. And as we've said, I'm not saying that it only affects the gays. I'm saying that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
And to him, he's scared. So why can't he have all these nice things? And like that was such a hard hitting moment, and he just leaves. He was like, well, "You don't want to take the subway? No, I'll walk."
Yeah.
And I was like,
because he's like, at least I'm not part of a system. It's like, spare me the self-righteousness. You write plays, your living room. You're not saying we're in the rainforest.
Exactly. I love that line. That's so good.
Yeah. It's just also the pain in his voice. It's like, people in my community are being wiped out from this disease. I don't even know if I have enough time. And you're here just bitching like, oh, I'm part of this bad system. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, or like him saying that he's 30. He's running out of time. When he clearly doesn't know how running out of time looks like.
Yeah. Because he pointed out, like, you've been to enough funerals already to know what running out of time is. And you're being like, I can't believe I'm turning 30. I haven't returned place. Like, just stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And you could see that he's already down his luck, because this is the point where his girlfriend left him, his friend left him, and again he's stuck on this song. He has no electricity in his house, and he has a date to write the song.
Yeah, he's like cleaned up his space, and it's like, fine, I'll write it, and then pew.
It's like, god damn it, I know how that feels. like he said, I was like, cleaned up my space, I'm ready to do work, and then you're like, your PC just dies. I'm like, son of a.
And the only thing you can think of to do is swim, and
yeah,
that's when it hits him. The final song, he's like, I got it, and he writes it down, and like he goes to the workshop early, and he's panicking because he's like, shit, It's 9. No one's here.
Yeah, nobody came.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, nobody fucking came.
Oh, and
Yeah.
before that, his agent Rose is like, "I'm bringing everyone here. You're good, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." I still haven't written the final song, but yes.
Yeah. And he got love. It was just he was just panicking. He's like, nobody showed up. The seats were empty.
Yeah.
And then Vanessa just comes in. She's like, "What are you worrying about? Yeah, we're supposed to be at 9, but the show starts at 10." And he's like, "Oh my god!"
Vanessa Hudgens just has this look of concern. She's like, "Are you okay, buddy?"
Exactly. Like Vanessa Hudgens is the bro the unsung hero
Yeah.
of this movie. He was like, "Yo, it's not yet time. You're here very early."
And then his when 10 hits, his parents come. Michael even shows up, and so does Rosa, and just like, it's like getting what do you call it, colonoscopy in the middle of Times Square. The only difference is that the worst thing about having a colonoscopy is that you find out you have cancer. Where while you fail this one, you find out you've been dead a long time. Like, oh shit. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Like thanks for what? And like it is kind of sad because everybody's there. The director that he admires so much, the one who made West Side Story, is
Yeah.
there. But he did invite Susan, his girlfriend. After they went separate ways. He did invite her to see his like first workshop. She never came, but he kept waiting.
Yeah.
But of course, his manager was like, "We can't wait."
Yeah, we already spent so
Well,
much, and we already have this guest, including a West Side guy. I made some like a rapper, Steven Sondheim. So might as well continue or push on with the show. And,
Little West Side.
Yeah. And then Vanessa Hudgens sings the song that was missing, but in his mind it's Susan.
Yeah, and holy shit, I love the fucking song so much.
Me too.
But no offense to Vanessa Hudgens, you did it. You did an amazing job, singing the song. But when Susan was the one singing, I was like, all the vocals,
Right? I'm like,
all the pain.
I get another actor. Yeah, I'm like, you can sing too? Holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
we already knew Vanessa Hudgens can sing very well. Like, that's a given.
Yeah.
But listening to someone who's like, I've seen you in X-Men, Only a
Right?
Storm, and now here you're like, damn, you have them pipes. Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
And I was like, as she was singing it, I was like, and you see Andrew Garfield just tearing up, just visualizing that's her.
Yeah.
And this is the song. This is it. Like, this is the big break that he has. And to him, he's like, I did it. I finally did it. Now I'm just gonna wait for the results.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in producing my
But
music.
you see the time, you're like, there's 35 minutes left. What the fuck is going to happen then?
Stay here. I was like, oh no. Shit.
And then Rose is like, they loved it. When are we going to get it to Broadway? Well, I told you no one wants to see something about space. How about off Broadway? Too expensive. So what do I do next? Make the next one, and then the next one, and then the next
The
one,
next one.
until you keep throwing shit against the wall, hoping against hope that something sticks.
And that destroys it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that destroys it. Like, just imagine 8 years of your life. You've been trying to finish this project, and you finally think that this is it. This is the make or break. This is what I sacrificed all my years for. My girlfriend, my best friend. Well, of course, him and his best friend reunite in the workshop. But like all the stress, all the sleepless nights. To hear, hey, good job. When's the next one? No money, no I don't know.
No check.
Yeah, no check, no award or anything like that. No, it's just straight up. Cool. We need to see another one because this one is very good, but maybe not a lot of people might like it. And for sure it was heartbreaking
Just
for him.
like write about what you know, and that clues you in. You're like, all right, then the next one is Tick Tick Boom and Rent. So he definitely has more experience in that than sci-fi. But it's
Yeah.
heartbreaking to see him be like go to Michael and he's like, I want a job in corporate. I want a car. I want a nice life. Because at that point, you're like, oh, he's just given up.
Yeah, because he's tired. Because he's so burnt out. He sacrificed so much again for 8 years.
Yeah.
That the fact that he's like, I want the easy road because I tried the hard road and it didn't pay off.
Yeah.
And yeah, then we get that speech from his friend where he's like, sure, there's 100 of me, washed up actors, who can advertise anything. There's hundreds of them in the city, but there's only one of you, and nobody can get that. Nobody can have it.
Yeah.
It was such a heartbreaking moment because that's when you find out he also has AIDS.
Yeah, because like I don't have enough time. Like you do, I don't.
Yeah.
It's also more heartbreaking because you can tell he's like, since when? Why didn't you tell me? And it's like
He tried.
he tried.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Like again, this like movie was like on like, oh, it's so nice and so like lighthearted, and I was like, oh my god.
And then the musical numbers they do after Michael tells him that he's out of time. It's like, fuck. Because he starts talking about them hanging out in high school, them just hanging out as friends in the neighborhood. I'm like, well, shit, I'm sad now.
Same here.
Yeah.
And like, was this him like playing the piano?
Yeah.
Like in this like closed down stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is heartbreaking. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then I think when you keep going back to the present, you can tell that Michael might have already passed because you see him tearing up and Vanessa Hudgens and the other dude tearing up too. I'm like, oh.
No, he didn't yet.
Alright, because he's in the crowd, right?
Yeah, he's in the crowd with his boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah. But then like, yeah, after that sequence, they had this like, oh, it's his birthday. Like this is the day before his birthday, and like, he gets a call from, was it Mr. West Side Story?
Yeah. I think they actually use actual audio. I saw a rumor that they used actual audio from the actual phone call.
Yeah, because it was like his voice didn't sound the same as the actor.
Yeah.
The one from Get Out.
Yeah. I would have voted for Obama 4 times.
Wait, what?
No, that's the actor.
Yeah, that's the Get Out.
Yeah, Jake Peralta's the father. But yeah, it inspires him to keep moving and keep working. And you see the aftermath. Like, he does Tick Tick Boom, and he does Rent, and I wish I could be like, I know what Rent means to Broadway, but I don't.
I really don't.
Yeah.
We're not theater guys.
Yeah.
But now, after watching this movie, I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, because they're like, change what a musical can be, what it can sound like. And the fact that it ran for 12 years says something. Like, that's just like, that and Cats were some of the longest Broadway ones. And I'm like, I think I prefer Rent.
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen Cats, but I really want to see Rent now after seeing Cats.
Man. But he also learned a tragic bit where he never got to see what Rent did because he passed away from an aneurysm.
Yeah. So, like, it was a heartbreaking moment because the entire time, the lesson was for him is that, hey, 30 isn't the end. 30 isn't like, oh, once you hit this mark, you should have been set by then. You should have had kids. You should have had a home. And he's fortunate enough to have this time, and his friends don't. Because, yeah, they have AIDS. They have HIV. But at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, he dies from an aneurysm. Which was, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, like, he also did not have that.
Yeah, just had 5 more years with them to make such a wonderful or big impact in the industry. At 35 says something.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see him celebrating his birthday in the diner, and Susan comes back and she gives him this new, I don't know what to call it, notebook. Or,
it's like a music book where you write down
yeah.
notes.
Yeah. For the next.
And it was yeah, it was the one he was looking at. Yeah, he always wanted to buy, but like, I guess it was too expensive.
Yeah.
And she bought it for him, and she was like, "Yeah, it's for the next one." And they didn't get back together. Like, this is their goodbye, and I was like, "Damn, that's tough."
And then
she was there. She was there too for Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was at the back. She wasn't at her seat.
And as usual for all other biopics, you see the actual person like, wow, it's not far off.
Yeah.
Like him in the rap gear too. I'm like, oh, he actually did.
Yeah, when Andrew Garfield was rapping
Yeah.
with a pink cap, I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, all in all, what would you rate this movie?
Damn. It's hard to say because, again, I'm not a theater guy. I'm not really into musicals. So I'm pretty sure I didn't enjoy it as much as somebody who loves the art.
Yeah.
But I will say, as a movie on its own, I'll give it a 8.5.
Yeah.
Because it was fun to watch. But at the same time, there were some songs that were like hit or miss. Like, not really into this. Wasn't really getting me. Like, all right, this is the guy who wrote Hamilton, so I guess this is it. Nah, I'm pretty sure he did other amazing things. But yeah, just honest opinion, some songs didn't land it for me. But when they did hit, they hit hard.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. But like, yeah, it's an 8.5 for me, and I really suggest, even though you're not into theater or musicals, watch this. It's a really good musical biopic.
Yeah. I'm on the same level. I'll give this an 8. Like, again, like Jomer, I don't really care that much about musicals, like especially Broadway. I'm like, if it's good, and if I'm dragged to it, sure. But like, I won't go out of my way to be like, I want to watch Phantom of the Opera. Nope.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, this is such a good biopic, and yeah, some of the songs are hit and miss, but like I would say at least majority for me hit, and then like there's a few misses like, Diner wasn't that great. It is funny, but like it's not like memorable. It's like, oh, I get the point. You're just frustrated with how your life is going.
Which one?
The Diner one.
Yeah, the Diner one wasn't great.
Yeah.
I would say the breakup song wasn't great either.
Yeah, lyric wise, it's not that great, but like again, performance wise, I'm like I enjoy Garfield and Vanessa.
I would say the lyrics are okay. Like they had a message to say, but I think it was more of the how it was composed.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like, But yeah, at some points the lyrics they're a little bit off.
Yeah.
For our opinion, if you love them, please.
Go nuts. Well, and then when you get to come to your senses, you're like, yeah, it was worth the waiting for like, what song are you gonna make?
Yeah.
And then hearing, you're like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. But I love I love it that he saw Susan instead of his plane.
Yeah.
Like his mind switched back to the rooftop where they like had that very nice moment.
Yeah. But yeah, that has been our video on Tick Tick Boom. What do you guys think of it? Did you like it? Comment below. And again, Andrew Garfield, man, this and No Way Home, like, damn. Forgot how good he is. I mean, Hacksaw Ridge was a couple of years ago, but again, just remember, like, this guy is one of the greatest actors ever. And it's appropriate that he's kind of taking a break. It's like, you deserve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/GeeksandDegenerates. We react to trailers, stream video games, stream about our lives. Like Jonathan Larson's, we talk about our lives too, apparently.
It's not in a very musical way.
Yeah.
Because we're both musically inept.
Exactly. I wish we could get paid for singing, but that's not our universe. Maybe in a multiverse, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Individually, at least, you can find me at Yandalphos1995 on IG and Twitter. How about you, man?
You can find me at JomGeom on Instagram. It is my art.
Alright. Please remember to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated if you can get your booster for fuck's sake already. And for this video, that's all the time we have. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Ah.